This video, the hope is to build some of your vocabulary around different operations, and then to take that vocabulary and actually use it to create an equation and then solve that equation. This is like a precursor to word problems. So we're trying to start real basic, lay the foundation before we start getting to word problems. So maybe think to yourself, what are some words that mean to add two numbers together? Well, you might think something like sum is a good one. Maybe plus. Or what about like more than? 2 more than 3 is 5. You might have some of your own words, but those are words that I would think about when I think of add. What about subtract? Well, you might think of the difference, or minus, or less than, right? 10 less than 20 is 10, or 5 less than 15 is 10. So some words. You might even have other words. That's great. Keep those in your brain, right? Keep those in your vocabulary. All right, let's look at 3 other words. What about multiply? Well, let's look at just multiply first, right? Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Multiply, so maybe product, right? We can keep going here, right? Maybe like product. Or you might think times. You might even see numbers like or words like twice, right? Twice a number, that's 2 times that number. Okay, divide. Well, divide, you might see something like quotient, right? That's a good one. Quotient. Or you might see something like half, right? And this for quotient, you might see like the quotient of a number and 3, the quotient of 1 and 3. That's 1 divided by 3. Or maybe even like, I don't know, like split, right? A number split into 2 is 10. Well, that number would be 20. Oh, Sunny doesn't like that word split. I don't think that she's a huge fan of it. That's okay. Okay, so quotient, half, split, those kind of, or maybe like even you might see like 1/3 of a number. Or even like, I'm thinking like fraction. I don't know. These are just numbers that make me think about divide. Okay. And then what about equal? Well, equal, you might just, maybe something like, I don't know, like is. 2 plus a number is this. That's the main one I can think of right now. When I'm thinking of equal, I don't know, maybe like amounts to. Again, maybe you have some of your own words that you would use to think about equals. Maybe like is the same, like this is the same as. That would be equal. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's look at a few examples here, and then we'll call it for this video. The sum of twice a number and 13 is 25. So we have the sum, and you need to think about order of operations here. So we've got the sum, that's happening. And then we have twice a number and 13. Okay, so the sum of twice a number comes first. So twice is 2 times a number. You can use any variable. Let's use fishy for this one. The sum of twice a number, so twice a number and 13, well, that's 75. Let's solve, why not? We'll keep it, I don't know, keep it red and green. So minus 13 on both sides. 2 times fishy is 62. Divide by 2, and we're left with fishy equal to 31. Okay, so that's the power of being able to do this, right? You can take a statement and use it to find out what that number is. The sum of twice the number and 13 is 75. Okay, let's look at this one. What about the difference of twice a number and half the number is 10? So the difference, that's subtraction. The difference, that's subtraction, of twice a number, and we're even pulling in something else, and half the number is 10. So we're taking the difference of these two things, twice a number, so 2, and we'll just go basic, x, and half the number, so the difference is minus half that number. Well, that's x divided by 2, or you could say 1/2 x. Well, and that equals, that is 10. Okay, so let's solve this one as well. 2x minus x over 2. Whoa, fractions, am I right? So 2x is equal to 4x over 2. 4x over 2 minus, I'm just going to write it, x over 2 equals 10. Well, remember when you subtract fractions, you subtract the top and leave the bottom alone. So 4x minus x is 3x over 2 equals 10. Multiply both sides by 2 times 2 times 2. We'll go ahead and drop that last color. 3x equals 20. And so we're going to get kind of a weird number here. Divide by 3. X equals 20 over 3. And that's probably something that you wouldn't normally get if you were just trying to think about it on your own. And again, that shows you the power of transforming sentences into equations and getting an answer from that equation. Hopefully this is helpful for you, and I will see you in the next video.